Hello and welcome to my Cordelia Advanced Guide. In this guide, we're going to be going over Cordelia and specifically how to use her at either the highest level of play or the highest level I can imagine. Alright, so to begin, let's start with her items. So her best items are speed items and magic increase items. You can throw durability items on her, but she can throw durability on herself with above and beyond, and generally she shouldn't be in danger almost ever. She has the best healing range outside of Medina's weapon skill, and she can consistently be away from enemies unless you're being rushed, but in which case you should just be relying on CC. So speed and magic increase. Magic increase increases the magnitude of her heals, meaning she will heal for more. And you should always save res earrings for frontliners, and durability items just don't really matter on her. So, okay. So compared to the other healers, she has the best average range. Medina has the best absolute range, but obviously using a 4 TP weapon skill to heal for 150 at extreme range is pretty situational. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, we're going to do very standard stuff. We'll battle Cry Eridor. He'll cry for battle. Alright, then we'll just run in, we'll just King Shield right away. I probably don't need to King Shield right away, but we're going to do it. And then we can have good old Milo do one of these. Hopefully. He won't know up from down. Alright. Nice. Right, we'll just get the CC off right away. Oh, is he going to shoot her in the back? Oh, shit. Alright, let's look at the turn order. So, the big thing with healers is you want to make sure things don't die. In this case, it looks like this mage might be able to kill her. So we're just going to restore her. We're being hyper-aggressive because this map is kind of crazy. But after this initial turn, once everyone's in position, we should be fine. Just trying to make space. Get some shutdown going. We will traverse. With a single blow! With a single? Alright. Stab this guy. Alright, so for Cordelia, she's generally best when she's defensive. So when she has to move, she loses TP. So she has an ability, Rest and Recover. So you get 1 TP when not moving on your turn. This is her best ability, and without this, Geela is just straight up better and Medina is just straight up better. But with this, it allows her to sit in a position and kind of hold that position. So what we're going to do, this is very simple. We'll give Lionel some stuff, because we're about to get flanked by these assassins. So I might golden opportunity them if I have the cash. I don't think I do though. Okay, so she's in a bad spot. So you can kind of see hyper aggression is usually a bad idea, and that's true of most games, but especially in this game. So we're gonna try to do our best here. Let's hawk dive this dude for some low damage. Alright, Piccoletta. Give us a decoy. Unfortunately, in actual matches, it'll take like a few turns to get to the unit we're covering, but I'll try to cover all the points as, like, you know, as this is going on. I'm just trying to make sure Milo doesn't die, because it looks like she's basically doomed. She's like literally doomed, unless I like light wave her or something stupid. I'll have to light wave her to safety. Dude, putting her there was such a horrible idea. I don't know why I did that. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done. We can keep her alive with some gimmicks, potentially. Put invincibility on her. Alright, here we go. Here's the big unit. Okay, so Cordelia. So one thing she's really good at is healing at range, as you can see here. She's like essentially the best ranged healer because of healing regen, because of heal. So healing regen will generally heal for roughly 40 to 60% of something's HP from pretty far away. In this situation, hold on, how much money do I have? Can I check that? I don't think I can. Oh no, okay, I can. Alright, so I definitely can't golden opportunity, so we're gonna have to move her up. So we're basically missing out on an opportunity because she's forced to move. I can endless speech, but I guess I'll Ruffle. Get a Fury off. Then move. So this map, the first turn she's going to be kind of shitty because she's going to need to catch battery, which is fine. She'll still be useful. She'll just need to move up to where near like Simon is, and then for the rest of the match she'll just be getting extra TP. Okay, so we've talked about she's better defensively. We've gone over generating 2 TP, better to hold the position. So her range is further than Geela, making her more long-ranged. Geela is generally better at attacking because she has cheap heals. She just has like cheap spam. Dude, look how many units are around him. Holy shit. There's like all these... Oh, that was perfect. There's all these enemies everywhere. So she has very cheap... So Geela has cheap heals that aren't as ranged, and Cordelia has really fat heals that hit further out, so she's kind of like a siege weapon that can heal. How can he still hit me if he's immobilized? Oh, that's an archer, isn't it? Okay. Okay, so that's the difference between those 2 units. Let's use Inheritor. Just to get her past her initial TP loss in the beginning. That guy's Furied, that's good. Oh, he can act again even though he's Furied. That's kind of bullshit. If we're being honest, I consider that to be not cool. Stab this dude for some big damage. Okay, healing regen is the best AoE in the game. Aside from Medina's heal, generally speaking, if you have 3 to 4 units, maybe 5 if you're lucky, that get hit by healing regen, it will heal them all for like 50%. It's a little bit better than Sanctuary on Geela, but Geela can heal for a similar amount if those allies that are being healed are below 50%, which they probably will be. But it's basically one of the strongest AoE heals in the game. And it can be used at 6 range, and her effective range is actually 7 with it, as you saw earlier. So I was able to get a pretty substantial heal off from a good range. Okay, so all that being said, let's talk about Above and Beyond, because a lot of people like that ability. No, it's a good ability. I don't know why it's not letting me skip types. There we go, okay. Let's hit some of these guys for some damage. Dude, Piccoletta's insane with those stupid damage items. Okay, so Above and Beyond can be used to overheal. It can also just be used as a heal, like a spike heal. So you don't have to specifically use it as an overheal. If something is at like 100 health, you can use it to just spike heal like a unit. So for example, if I wanted to spike heal Milo, it'll heal her to full and then overheal the rest. So it's still useful to do. I don't know that the boss can one-shot Corinton. Alright, that mage definitely can't, so we're just gonna throw a stone. Burn these dudes. Okay. So this looks pretty bad, right? So we're gonna have to move. We'll use Above and Beyond on herself to put her at 800 health. This is why she doesn't need durability items. If she's ever in danger, she can just put Above and Beyond on herself. That's why I kind of wanted to show this. I can always CC these dudes, so I probably didn't need to do that. But I wanted to show, like, if shit hits the fan, it can be useful to use Above and Beyond on herself defensively. I knew he would attack her, so he just, like, hurt himself big with that ice counter there. Okay, so regen. Let's talk about regen. Regen is okay to use on certain flankers. It can be kind of bad, though. Let's blind this. Oh, that's a blade. I thought that was an archer. My bad. Let's get Hewett out of range of that boss archer. Regen can be good to throw in like a Milo on a Maxwell, just to like chip heal. It's not good for spot healing, as you would expect. It's only really useful if you can chip heal and you know you're just going to be taking like a hit or two every couple of turns. Because what will happen is you'll just die. So that's probably not good. So yeah, so you can't really rely on regen to be your main source of healing if a unit's under pressure, but it can be decent to use if a unit just needs like a little bit of health over time. So like Milo flanking, Anna flanking, Maxwell flanking, Hewett flanking. These are units that generally would only get hit by a single thing anyways. In this case, the way Maxwell's being used is he's kind of like a tank damage dealer. so it'd be wise for me to just use healing on him. He does have Endurance Earring, and he has 2 reses, so he's actually pretty safe to throw out here. I'm surprised I Furied the boss. Holy shit, it's pretty rare. It's pretty, that's something that doesn't usually happen. Dang. They still get hacked twice when they're Furied? That's ridiculous. That's absurd. I'm sick of this mage, so we're gonna shut his ass down. Get out of here.
Defeat is not an option.
Alright, I might as well just smack him.
Together we stand.
Alright, we're gonna try to start body blocking these assassins. Alright, so in this case, I can just use a heal on someone. Maxwell doesn't need it. Eridor definitely needs a heal. In this case, I'm going to have Lionel heal because he's personal tanking. Then she's going to start waiting in place to get that extra TP. Lionel will put Fury on this guy. For you. No, he's hacking Pickles. Pickles. I don't know. Dude, I haven't had the audio on for like hundreds of hours, so I finally figured out how to just turn it on in OBS. I mean, I could have turned it on, I just decided not to. So, to be fair. Alright, we're gonna go back here, blind a guy.
We're not done here.
Let's play.
Okay, she's in a lot of danger right now. And we can't really Power of Love either. I can have her catch a heal, so we'll do this. We'll Heartstealer this guy, hopefully. Nice. And then we'll move back here. Julio can rotate now that all those things are CC'd. So Julio can heal. Eridor needs to catch a heal too. He can probably catch it from Maxwell, so he should be fine. Yeah, so even though you're running a healer, especially when you're under pressure, your healer probably isn't going to be enough to heal everyone. That's generally a fact of this game. We could even have... I could even do something like this.
I shall protect you.
And then we can do this. Alright, then he can kind of just hang out here. He's going to high jump soon. I'll probably do this and then move. Here. Just to get away from the boss to some degree. Put these dudes on ice.
I've been waiting for this.
I'm gonna body block the boss.
Look to my shield.
Okay. So similar to Geela, Cordelia can use healing items to offset TP costs. So if you want her to heal something, she can do that with an item. And the reason why this is useful is you'll basically just like sit on TP. So in this turn, for example, she could use a healing item to heal Lionel, and she'll profit 2 TP. So I'd rather do that. So we use a healing item, and then as long as she waits in place, now she's like plus 2 TP from not using a thing. And then for this guy, I guess we can just whack him. Or no, throwing an item makes more sense here. Yeah, throwing an item to get that awesome extra damage. He gets increased damage from hitting things that are assailing the afflicted. It does bonus chip damage. Okay. Let's talk about elude. Actually, no, self-sacrifice first. Alright, so self-sacrifice. When you're under pressure and you are like low on TP, this can be good to use as a panic heal. If Cordelia is safe, she can use this. One thing to note about self-sacrifice is if I use this right now and I'm above and beyond it, it will only reduce my HP by my maximum. So you have to think about what that actually means, right? So like, right now my maximum is 415. So if I self-sacrifice, I'll lose around 200 health. So that'll put me at 600. So you can above and beyond yourself in advance of enemy pressure, and then you can get a few self-sacrifices off, especially if she's safe. So this can be useful to use if you're overhealed. This can be useful to use if she's safe and you need to spot heal someone kind of far away and she's out of TP. But aside from that, she also has Helping Hand, which is pretty good. This gets somebody next to you a little bit of HP. So this is very useful, especially when she's positioned near like a tank who's CCing, you know, like in this case, she's helping Lionel. It's chip healing though, it's not gonna make or break your position. Elude, this will raise your evasion, I think by like 5. It's decent to throw in an evasion tank, but you're better off usually healing in most cases. It's something she can do on dead turns that just kind of helps, but it's not gonna make or break your success in the game. Alright, we're gonna go for a blind on this guy. Nice. Alright, who's he gonna shoot? Holy shit, dude, Eridor is like really close to death. So her being overhealed allows her to stay into a position, or stay in a position. This is obviously really useful because, you know, she wants to not be moving to get to profit TP. Let's see if we can get this guy too. That's unfortunate. Alright, he's silent, so he can't really do much. Nice. He just counterattacked himself.
After me?
Hell yeah, dude. Okay, so Julio here should just like body block and then throw an item. Maybe an ice item. If it does the same damage and you're running Corinton and you're trying to tank, you might as well use ice. Alright, Piccoletta. She's gonna heal Eridor because he's very low.
I owe you. I shall protect you.
Alright, we'll high jump. I guess I could traverse and heal again. But I kind of want to high jump because it's cool. We'll risk letting Eridor die. You don't always have to do Deathless. Honestly, it's kind of boring in some instances. It can be fun in some cases, but it also can be kind of dumb. Alright, let's see. He's Furied.
You've done enough damage.
Whew. They're getting some damage off. Alright, Cordelia's turn. So when you're high in TP, you can move for free. So, like, there's no reason to not move. Like, unless you're going to blow through your TP. Like, if you're high in TP, you can kind of move. So in this case, I could kind of move up here if I wanted. She still has 500 health, which isn't a ton. So you kind of want to check the turn order to determine if you want to move up or not. Obviously, I want a healing regen these 2 units. So, like, one thing, like with most healers, like if you overextend, it's usually a bad idea. I just kind of did it just to be stupid, just to have fun. So, let's be even crazier. Let's like overextend just for the hell of it. See what happens. All right, Lionel, can you kill this guy? All right, he can't kill him. He can Fury this. We'll do standard Lionel stuff. Alright, another Furied guy, can't attack him. Standard Lionel gimmick. We can delay you.
I've been waiting for this.
I think I might be cool here. Alright, we'll push that push that healer way out there. Have this run up here. I guess we'll just kill this. Nice. Alright, Milo. Okay. Oh my god, 90 missed. Come on. Dude, this game has 90s missing all the time. I'm so skeptical of the RNG in this game. I don't believe it, frankly. Alright, I'm sure this will miss as well. Okay, we hit him. I'm very skeptical of this game's RNG. Alright, we can throw a decoy out, that'll help. Give them some distractions. She might as well rotate back.
I haven't been broken yet. This wide open. You'll pay for this.
New Game Plus, like the thing with healers in New Game Plus, is you honestly don't need most things in New Game Plus. The game's kind of crazy in this way. Like, you can pretty much break the game. I know this is a guide about Cordelia, but you can really easily break the game with certain team comps. And I'm like playing poorly on purpose, and I'm doing fine. And even if I heal Maxwell, it doesn't matter because he has like 3 revives. So, all right, but let's get back to the Cordelia stuff. Okay. Okay, so you can always use battery with her. Her spamming above and beyond is actually really good. It's one of the ways she can break the game. If you just have everyone above and beyonded, you can keep doing it. You can push people into thousands of health. If you have, you never run out of turns. Like, you never need to beat a match in certain turns, like a certain amount of turns in this game, except for like 1 or 2 maps. So if you have a situation where the enemies are holding a position, you can take as many turns as you want to just keep above and beyonding your entire team. And this will completely break the game because you'll just have like 1,000 health each, and no enemy unit can deal that much damage. It's just not possible. The most damage enemies can deal is around like 400 to 500, and that's if they're like targeting a weakness and you have like low defense for whatever reason in something, like a lightning mage hitting Eridor, for example. So above and beyond breaks the game on most maps. Just by itself, but overall, like if you're just using her in general, or like especially on a fresh save starting at chapter 15 and you get her, rest and recover and healing regen are huge. Just having her positioned well is really good. I think I've hit all the points at this point, so yeah, that's pretty much it for Cordelia. Kind of just a recap: regen's good on flankers, heal's good for single target spike heal. She doesn't want to be moving a lot. If you are going to be moving with her, she kind of wants to move up to a position and then hold it, and then move up to a position and then hold it, kind of like stop and go attack. Geela is way better at just continuous attack, where you're just constantly grabbing ground and moving, because her abilities are cheaper. Like she can cleanse all conditions for 1 TP, do a speed increase for 1 TP, or she can like single target heal for 1 TP. And if you run Julio, Geela, I would say on average is a little bit better than Cordelia, but Cordelia can be insane. The difference between above and beyond versus Geela res, depending on, like, they're both pretty good. Above and beyond could be slightly better if you have more time to build it up, like if you have more time to put it on units, because you can't stack res, but you can stack overheal. So if you stack overheal, you can just have like 2,000 health, and especially if you throw it on like Maxwell, who already has extra lives, it's ridiculous. So if you're under time pressure, I would say the Miraculous Light is a little bit better, because the way res works is if I'm at 20 health and I take 400 damage, I basically just take 20 and then get res to full. So it's generally better if you're under time pressure. Geela's a better mage or better healer for pressure. Cordelia is a better healer for defense. Just because of her range and her passive TP regen and her better base healing. But yeah, that's really the difference between the two. And then Medina heals while batterying, but she runs into this problem where the things that need healed don't often always need batteried at the same time, and the things you want to battery aren't usually the same things that need healed. So she can kind of take the place as your main healer, and she is really good. She's like an S tier or God tier unit. But that is a problem sometimes, where the thing that needs healed also doesn't need batteried, and vice versa. Like the thing you want to battery doesn't need healed. So overall, healers are good to run just to like patch up your team. Sometimes it makes sense to run 2 healers. Like in this case, this map would have been a good case to run like Geela as well, or even Medina and Cordelia, just because we had to have some other units patch up dudes. This map is like an intense map. There's different types of maps, right? There's like long maps where you have a lot of time to push. There's maps where it's just like a ton of enemies overwhelming you immediately. There's maps where you have to like take objectives. Like there's like certain points that there's like clusters of enemies. You have to like capture those points. Not as a mechanic, but just like you have to kill those enemies. So you have to like push and advance on a position, and then you have to advance on like 3 or 4 different positions as the match goes on. So in this case, this was like an intense map where there's like a high, it's very fast paced. We would just heal Julio in this case, doesn't matter. Maxwell has 2 reses. It really doesn't matter. We'll just finish this out because we've got it.
Here I come.
I don't want to put her in range of that.
Choices.
I could be spamming items here to kill this boss, specifically with Thunderstones.
Come at me.
Jesus.
That went well.
That went well.
Time to take action.
Alright, then we have lethal with a stone. Or no, we don't. He's out. I would have if I had other units throw us down. But now we have Piccoletta here. So there it is. We got Deathless on this just for the hell of it. That's why one of the things I do say a lot is Deathless on New Game Plus is not hard at all. You can goof off, you can play poorly. The weapon skills are like a constant get out of jail free card. They're way too overtuned, to be honest, most of them. But yeah, that's it for the Cordelia Advanced Guide. Definitely like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. I think only 15% of people are subscribed that watch my content, which is unfortunate. But I would greatly appreciate that. And also, dropping a comment always helps the videos get seen. So if you want to drop a comment, that's also greatly appreciated. Thanks for checking this out, and I'll see you in the next video.